Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for February. This is your February bonus reading, and we're just going to jump right in here. And in your first position, we're going to look at the past. You have this Pathway card, Knight of Wands, and the Moon and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're trying not to rely so much on something here, Leo. And this could be in multiple areas of your life. It's kind of interesting. It's like, I feel like you're trying to become more independent in like a good way, which I definitely am very supportive of, doing that. I believe that really the only person we can take care of is ourselves, right? But at the same time, I do believe that, I do believe in toxic independence, where people are so independent that they avoid relationships, period. And I'm not talking about just love here. I'm talking about all relationships. So, I feel like it kind of goes both ways. But I do see you, like, this is a very balanced form of independence that I see here that you are working on. And for some of you, again, this independence could be like in work or business where, it's like sometimes I think if we rely too much on one thing in work or business, then there can be problems. So it's almost like I see you going off on this journey here with the Knight of Wands. You also have the Chariot, the Three of Wands. I mean, these are all cards of going on a journey. You have the Moon as well. We'll talk about that in a second. And there's a Pathway on the Moon, Pathway on the Pathway card. And it's almost like you're on this journey to find not just the path that's right for you, but it's almost like you're trying to diversify yourself, and I feel like you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. That's what it is. You're really trying to make sure that you don't get caught lacking or something like that here, Leo. And this could be, I kind of feel like it's in multiple areas of your life. And I also feel like it's not like you're spreading yourself too thin either. It's much more focused than that. It's like, I think sometimes people can worry about business and they start like a million businesses and they're just distracted, right? This is much more focused on like one thing. Maybe you have one big umbrella corporation, right? And that's what you're focusing on. It's like you're focusing on the big picture here is really what I see. I like this. I like where this is going. I would definitely say things aren't perfect yet. It's like I feel like you still feel a little bit off balance to me. If I put myself in your shoes, I feel like a little bit, like unsure what direction I'm going in. What am I supposed to be doing? All that other stuff. But what I would say is you're at least dreaming. You have the Moon and the Seven of Cups. The Moon can represent fears, illusions, fantasies, but I always say that the Moon exists above us. The Moon is also just a temporary period of time. The Moon comes up, then it goes down, and the Sun comes up. So I feel for some of you, maybe you're just in the past, you didn't have all the answers. And it looks like to me that you don't care in the best way possible. Nine of Pentacles, she's very independent. She has 3 Pentacles, which she's willing to give to other situations, and she always keeps 6 for herself over here. So she doesn't overgive to any situation, but she's very independent. And I feel like you've already started to work on this, like in the past, whatever this is. So let's see here, Leo. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Ace of Wands. You have 2 aces now. 2 aces. You have 3 aces, actually. But multiple aces to me is a yes to any question I haven't answered. But the Ace of Wands, very passionate new beginning. Very passionate new beginning. Again, as I've been saying to you in all your readings recently, I would definitely tap into your creativity. I feel like there's a lot of creative potential. Like you have a lot of these creative ideas, creative opportunities, whatever. And I would be tapping into your creative potential because I feel like that's where all your success is going to come from, is by being creative, for sure. Any of your creative ideas. With the Moon, you have the Five of Cups. A lot of disappointments. I mean, I feel a lot of people are dealing or maybe being triggered by past disappointments or things that we thought would work out that didn't. So I do feel like we have to maybe make peace with the past, or maybe we have to just release the feelings of that we, can't have something that we wanted. Really, the Five of Cups, he's crying over spilt milk or spilt wine, the 3 cups that have spilt over, but there's 2 cups behind him. There could be something better in those cups. And when he gets those 2 cups, he sees the bridge and the castle as well. So it's like he gets more than just the 2 cups. I feel like, if you're worried about, if you're thinking about the way things used to be, and if you're holding on to that, I feel like you're going to be stuck. And, to me, I think that's true with the astrology in the first place, especially with Pluto going into Aquarius. It's like there's going to be a lot of those moments where we could, whine, cry, complain, and worry about the way things used to be. But it's like, I think the people that embrace the change and just say, I'm going to work with what I got, I'm going to work with what's right in front of me, those people are going to be very successful. So I would, don't be afraid to try new things. With the Nine of Pentacles, King of Swords, yes, knowledge, wisdom. Again, I feel like you're in a very powerful position here. because it's like you've gained a lot of wisdom. Next, in your present position, you have this success card. Things are starting to work. Those are, I know that might sound stupid, but those are literally the words that are popping into my head. I think that your ideas, the plans, you are having new ideas. You're doing things differently. And because of that, you're finding more success. For a lot of you, I feel this is in work or business, but it could also be your love life as well if you're looking for love. You do have really good love cards here. Lovers, Three Cups, Chariot even. It could be a victory coming in for you in love. Even all the aces, Aces can be a new beginning, and the Ace of Pentacles to me is a card of a path to marriage. So if you're wanting to meet a person that you can marry in the future or any of that, there could be a lot of success here for you. Again, you have the Lovers, definitely at a crossroads. I feel you have a choice. I feel like you have a lot of choices to make here, and some sacrifices that you're gonna have to make as well with the Ace of Swords. We'll talk about that. But you also have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands really tells me, what are you waiting for? It's like you already know that there's a new path. You already know that there are new opportunities in other places. So why haven't you started yet? Is the question. I feel like once you get started in new directions, whether it's in business, in your love life, whatever, you're going to find a lot of success in these new directions. And that's what I would be doing if I were you. I said it like in 2020, I had an interview with Leo King, and I literally said, everything you want is on the other side of something you've never done before. And, those are words to live by as far as I'm concerned. I would say that anything you want is probably going to be a new experience. You're at a crossroads, pick the new path. You have the Three Cups here. I see these as like cheerleaders for you. I feel like people are I feel like this is a change though. It's like almost like you've made the change, or you've had some sort of change with people who support you, or there are more supportive people coming in for you, something like that. And maybe you just haven't had very supportive people, but there's some sort of change where, again, I feel for a lot of you that you're finding more support in people. People want to help you do things, and I feel like people are cheering you on. I also feel that there could be a celebration coming in because of like an offer from a person. This looks like a very passionate offer to me, especially with the Ace of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles. So there could be a person coming in for you. I feel like this person has a lot of wisdom. They could be a King of Swords, and again, it doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I don't attach gender to my cards. I feel like what's important is that this person is very smart. Literally, I feel like you probably, when you meet this person, I think you will be like, wow, this person is really smart. So that's probably the thing that'll stand out to you. You have the Seven of Cups. Again, a lot of this dreamy energy, which I think we're all in. We have Saturn moving into Pisces as well soon. And I'm telling you right now, I personally think Saturn and Pisces is going to be good because it's going to take all that Neptune and Pisces crazy ass idea stuff, and it's going to bring it down to earth. So if you've been having crazy creative ideas, if you've been hoping for a crazy new opportunity, now is the time to start working towards these things. I would not wait till March. I always tell people, it's like the whole point of astrology isn't like sit around and wait for this to happen, right? The whole point of astrology is what energy is coming up. Start working in with it now. Catch the wave early because it'll just carry you through much farther. And that's what I would do here with that Seven of Cups, right? Is I would, start grounding some crazy ideas. With the Lovers, you have the Ace of Swords. Damn, like all these aces, very powerful. Multiple aces makes this reading a little bit more positive, but it is a positive reading in the first place, but this pushes it more to the positive direction. I'm pretty sure I said something about a sacrifice on the Lovers too. And the Ace of Swords, I'm just going to show you on the big version here. It has this palm frond on this side. Palm fronds in the tarot can represent a sacrifice, and this over here, this olive branch, can represent like abundance, peace, and offer of peace, the truth. But I really feel that this is saying that there are some things that you could be cutting out of your life that no longer serve you. I just feel like it's saying, like, don't be afraid to make the cuts. With the Three of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Again, yes, there's going to be some sort of celebration. I also get this feeling of, things, it's like there are certain things that I feel like have been established in your life for a long time. The Ace of Swords, the palm frond, palm trees in the tarot, we see palm trees, date palms in the back of the High Priestess, for example. They represent like survivor energy. They represent something, palm trees grow in the desert. They don't need anything to survive. They can survive on their own. And so, I feel like there are some things in your life. I don't know, this is kind of a weird message, Leo. But I feel like there are some things in your life that have like always existed, that have been survivors. It could be people who have always stuck by you. It could be, a part of your business that has always been successful. Maybe the entire business is struggling if you have a business, or maybe your entire career is struggling, but maybe there's like certain parts that are very successful. And I do feel this is encouraging you to double down on what's working right now. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Moon again. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Pisces here, and people always say, like, Leo doesn't do well with Pisces. I'm like, okay, well, I grew up in a family of Leos, literally my brother, my dad, my aunt, my cousin. I think both my cousins actually are Leo. So it's like, I have been surrounded by Leos for life, right? And I'm a Pisces. I did perfectly fine, right? Not really, right? I just have a little bit of scarring, but the scars are on the inside. They're not on the outside here, Leo. But what I would say here is it can work. It's like I think of the lady who invented Spanx and her husband, Leo and Pisces. She's a Pisces, he's a Leo. So, and they've been together forever. So totally possible. But anyway, rant over. I would also say that clearly some sort of dream needs to come down to earth here. Next, in your future position, you have this card that says you're exactly where you need to be. There you go. You have this life purpose. You found your life purpose, creating the life you want. You're manifesting. Recognize that you have everything you need. Yes. It's crazy to me. There are, a bunch of this deck here. I don't even know that somebody sent me. People always ask, what are these decks? I have no clue. Someone sent them to me. If you search this name, by the way, on Etsy, you will find this deck. Again, I'm not associated with them at all. So again, someone sent me these as a gift, but, there's like a couple of these cards in this deck that really represent having it all, or having the things that you need. And again, I do feel like we're in a time of resourcefulness, but I do feel like we have the resources necessary to make the changes we want. You have the Three of Wands, the Chariot, and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you, this is an opportunity to move. I feel like you're thinking about it. With the Three of Wands, you're like wondering, should I move? Do I move? What do I do? And the Ace of Pentacles is like a really good opportunity. So I feel like there are good opportunities coming in for you, a lot of success coming in for you here as well. I always like to say that the Ace of Pentacles requires work. We have to, nurture the Ace of Pentacles into existence. It's like having a garden. The Ace of Pentacles is something that we have to work on day in, day out, and we have to nurture it into existence. So, don't be afraid to nurture something into existence. Don't be afraid to work on something for a long time. And that's what I feel like you're doing here. Although I see an opportunity here. Again, it could be an opportunity to move. You have the Chariot, which will probably lead to success. I also see a lot of travel for you, Leo. So it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of you are traveling or, moving around, or just, you could be traveling for business and work and other things. And I feel like that'll lead to success as well. But, the Chariot has been coming up like crazy in these readings. I kind of feel like Pluto and Aquarius, Aquarius is your opposite sign. And I kind of have a feeling that maybe it's pushing you to be your own unique self. And we are our own unique self. It always cracks me up when people are like, you have to be your own unique self. I'm like, well, you are you, and there is only one of you. So we are our own unique self. But at the same time, the Chariot is a card of setting yourself apart. It is a card of differentiating, if I can talk today, yourself from the crowd. And there you go. I don't even know why I have that alarm set, but what I would say here is, by making yourself unique and different in like work or business, I feel like it's saying, like, don't be afraid to have your own opinions, even if they're wrong. I keep saying that. I think one of the big things people need to get over with Pluto and Aquarius is the fear of being wrong, of doing things that are, it's like the fear of being exposed, And I feel like if we face that fear, we'll be successful. And if we don't, then we won't. With the Three of Wands, I feel that there's like a risk that you need to take, or some sort of leap of faith. Because Three of Wands is my card of like, what are you waiting for? It's also a card of taking the lead. So I feel like you need to take the lead on something. I feel like you have to kind of like get moving here with the Three of Wands energy towards something new. I also see some of you moving as well. Not only that, I see your ships coming in here. I don't normally say that. I love the Three of Wands is just okay to me, actually. I do love it sometimes if I feel that your ships are coming in. I know that everyone says Three of Wands, your ships are coming in. But those ships are going out on the Three of Wands. So, it's like I read it differently, I think. But I do feel like there's some sort of reward coming in for you. With the Three of Wands, what are you waiting for? Pick the new path. Lovers, again. So, new path. With the Chariot, you have the Nine of Wands. I feel like you're removing burdens, making things easier, following your own rules as well. It's kind of interesting that I'm seeing this as burdens, which is the Ten of Wands. But just intuitively, it's like what I get here with the Chariot is it's like maybe there's certain rules that you follow because people have told you there are these rules that exist in your business or your career or your love life. And by you just don't have to choose to follow the rules, right? And you can just follow your own rules. And that's what I feel like you're doing here. I don't know. That's what's popping into my head. Love it. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the 5 Wands. Yes, time to go on an adventure. Literally said this at the beginning of the reading. Here's the thing that's interesting as well, is that you have the Temperance card here. Temperance is like trying to turn one thing into another. And I do feel like some of you could be like trying to mold the situation before you get into it, like a relationship, a business. But I feel, like that's not the only message I'm getting there. I'm just getting it if we put that row together at the top. And what I feel like it's saying like, no, you can't change something before you get into it. You have to get into it, and then you can work with the energy to take control of your fate. You have this Fates card. So I do feel like there is an element of fate in your reading where, it could be part of your destiny as well. This is a really good card. It is a card of like controlling your destiny, controlling your fate, and being successful. You have the Temperance card, the Ace of Swords, and the 7 of Wands here. The Temperance card is, again, trying to turn one thing into another. It's a card of transformation. But I do feel like this is saying you need to get on this path. This path right here is the path to glory. It's going up to this glowing crown. And again, it just represents like a big achievement, something that you really want to accomplish in your life. But I feel like it's saying you have to get going first, and then you can make the changes. You can't change a situation before you get into it first, or you can't make it perfect before you get into it first, right? I feel like you have to get going. You also have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is like laser-like focus. I always say that Ace of Swords is my card of being super, super focused. And what is it focused on? It's focused on that crown. So there's like some sort of crown that you are taking or that you're going to get. And, it's something that's going to make you successful and happy. And it's going to bring in a lot of joy and abundance, I feel, as well. You have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is a card of commitment. And it's also a card of conviction, like a card of your beliefs. I keep getting this in readings that I feel that we all need to really pay attention to what we believe. I think we need to believe things on a very deep level, or it's like we need to believe things. I think we need to really just believe that we can accomplish something, that we can have something. If we do that, we'll be very successful. If we don't, then we won't. So, to me, it's a card of believing something deep down in your DNA, like super deep. With the Temperance card, you have the Hangman, another Pisces here. So it could be Pisces. For others, I feel like this is like, what are you waiting for? 3 Wands, Hangman, both like waiting energies. Definitely time to take a risk. With the Ace of Swords, you have the 6 of Swords. Did I see another 6 here? I thought I saw another 6. I don't know. I could be making that up in my head right now. But, I would just say that 6 of Swords is a card of achievement. I feel like there are a lot of achievements coming in for you. So I would like start moving towards like taking that risk. And with the 7 of Wands, you have the 5 of Pentacles here. Doesn't matter what you think you have, what you think you don't have. I feel like you need to do it anyway. 5 of Pentacles literally says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. 7 of Wands is a card of conviction. Like I said, knowing that you know that no matter what, you're going to be successful. So even if you don't feel that you have the resources necessary to, start your business or to get things moving forward in your business or whatever, this to me says do it anyway, because you will be successful if you do it anyway. And again, I feel like there's like a lot of positive new opportunities coming in for you. You cannot make this stuff up right now. Here, Leo, I'm going to show you this in just a second. Look at this. You have this crown card. It says honor and respect will come to you. I kind of said this earlier with that Ace of Swords. Like you're focused on the crown, which I just see as an achievement with the Temperance card. So there's like clearly some sort of achievement that you're focused on, something that you desire to have. You have this Needle and Thread card. It says a sincere wish will be granted. Yeah, things are much more secure. It's like you're fastening things, and I feel like you're securing things into your life. I don't know how to say what I want to say, but it's like you're attaching things with a needle and thread. It's almost like you're attaching things to your life. It's not like you're creating attachments in a bad way. This is like something good. Next, you have this Older Man card. It says dealings with relationships with an older man. Could be any gender. And you have this Gong card. It says exciting event. So there could be an older, mature person in your life where there's an exciting event. It could also be this King of Swords person. So if you're attracting love, could be someone who is older than you. As I always say, I don't think that's always true. King of Swords can just have a lot of wisdom. So it could just be a very smart person, like I said earlier, that you are attracting into your life. And I feel like it brings a lot of excitement and joy into your life as well, like having this person. You have this Mountain card that says major change. What does it say? Major challenge to overcome. I don't really feel like there's a major challenge. I feel like the challenge is getting out of your own head. I feel like the challenge is to make changes in the first place for you, Leo. It's not even, I always say to you, get out of a comfort zone, but I don't even think that's the only thing. It's like maybe it's hard for you to change because you've been doing the same thing for 20 years. And so it's kind of like become a comfort zone. But I feel like that Chariot is literally saying, if you want achievements, then you're going to have to make a change. You have this clouds card. It says temporary problems. I am getting here. I'd watch your words with that seven of swords. I mean, sorry, the ace of swords coming up twice here. It's funny because you have the six of swords and the ace of swords, which would be seven swords, right? So I would just avoid conflict and, all that other silly stuff as much as possible. But this looks pretty good, Leo. I like where it's going. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.